guys, how are you?
Hey Lisa, good to see you again.
Good to see you. You can take a seat in the conference room.
Sure, thank you.
All right, so you read over the lease in advance, but I'm going to give you a copy just to look at while I go over some key points.
Sure.
So there it is. So just make sure, double check that your names are spelled correctly on the lease, that the rent amount is correct, and that the dates are correct as well.
Yeah, everything looks good.
Okay. So rent is due on the first day of every month in advance, and it can be either mailed to the Arborview office or you can come drop it off in person. If no one is here when you come by, there's a 24-hour drop box, which is an unmarked mail slot at the bottom of the glass door to our office building. So here is my contact info. I have the office number there as well as my email. So throughout your tenancy, if you have any regular maintenance issues, you can just email your property manager. If you ever have any emergencies, we have a 24-hour emergency service. You would not email an emergency to the property manager. Instead, you would call the Arborview office. And if no one is here, you'll be provided with an emergency number. So you need to call that number and speak to someone at the call service, and they will direct you as to what to do. If you do call that number, make sure that it's actually a true emergency. So examples of that would be if there's a severe leak in your apartment, you go down in the basement, you see a hot water heater leaking. If you get locked out, if the alarms in the building are going off, you can call the emergency number.
Okay.
Make sure to take care of the apartment as if it were your own. Try not to damage anything, keep it clean. In terms of decorations, it's okay if you put small picture nails into the walls, but we ask that you not screw anything into the walls. Especially mounting televisions is not permitted. If you do end up doing something like that, it will be deducted from your security deposit when you move out because we'll have to repair the wall. Satellite dishes are not allowed to be installed on the building. There's also no smoking of any kind permitted on the premises. That includes any yards or decks or exterior areas. Don't leave anything in the common areas such as the hallways or the common areas of the basement. Those are a fire hazard. People need to vacate the building quickly. If you do have designated storage in the basement, make sure that you keep your belongings in that area and not outside of it. We highly recommend renter's insurance if anything happens to your personal belongings while you're living at the premises. For example, break-in, fire, flood, we're not responsible for your personal belongings. If you're going to keep anything in the basement, make sure that you keep it elevated if it's an item that can be damaged by water. So each tenant gets their own set of keys. You get one each. Here they are. You're not allowed to change the locks or keys throughout your tenancy. If you have to for some reason, you have to let Arborview know in advance, and we'll set you up with our locksmith, and you would be responsible for paying for that.
Sure. Do you know how much renter's insurance typically costs?
It depends on your personal items and how much they're worth, but typically it starts at around $200 a year.
Okay.
So in terms of keys, if you ever get locked out during business hours, you can call the office and we'll let you in for free, which is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. If you get locked out during non-business hours, you can call the office. And if no one is here, you can call the emergency line. And if an Arborview employee is available to come out, it's $40 upon our arrival. If we're not available, you would have to use the locksmith and pay however much they charge. So in terms of plumbing and repairs, if you ever notice that you have a leaking faucet or your toilet is running either constantly or on occasion, that's something we ask that you email the property manager about or call the office. It's not an emergency unless the water is gushing from a faucet and you can't turn it off. But that is something that we want to repair within the next few days so the water bill for the building doesn't go up. We also ask that you not use excessively thick toilet paper as that can clog the pipes. Also make sure that you have a plunger in your apartment at all times, as most toilet clogs you can fix yourself. Make sure that you both know how to properly use a garbage disposal if you are lucky to have one in your apartment. Make sure that the water is running before, during, and after you have the garbage disposal running. Make sure that you run everything through the pipes before you turn the garbage disposal off. And don't put items down there such as onion skins, rice, pasta, or anything else that you think might get clogged in the disposal. Also, the dishwasher, if you have one, is connected to the garbage disposal. So make sure that you run the disposal clear. Make sure that it's the sink isn't clogged or anything before turning on the dishwasher. If the disposal is clogged, the dishwasher will back up with water. Also make sure not to put any foreign objects down the disposal, such as small silverware, shot glasses, or bottle caps. If we have to come fix the disposal and we find that there was a foreign object in there, unfortunately the tenant will be responsible for paying for that repair. We also have some information in our lease addendum regarding our sublet and lease break fee policies. If you come to the point where you need additional information about that, just contact the property manager and they'll go through that with you. For move-in day, keys are available at the Arborview office as early as 9 a.m. on the first day of your lease. Key pickup is by appointment only, so make sure that you contact the property manager in advance and schedule that. At that time, you'll also receive your apartment condition form, and you'll have 15 days to mark any imperfections in the apartment that you notice, write them on the form, sign it, and then return it to the Arborview office. You'll also receive your mailbox labels at that time, and if you haven't already set up your utility accounts, we can give you the information for that as well.